Welcome to Gun News in 5 minutes or less. This is brought to you by the Dr. Drake 63 channel.
This is a June 25th editorial. The U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday split along party lines over whether to advance the nomination of gun control advocate David Chipman, President Joe Biden's choice to lead the Justice Department's Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. The U.S. Senate is split evenly among Democrats and Republicans. The tie will require some Senate Democrats to jump through some procedural hurdles to advance Chipman's nomination, but it's assumed this will happen. This vote will go to the Senate floor.
Taking certain classes of firearms that are currently legal for U.S. citizens to own and making them illegal for U.S. citizens to own is definitely taking the Second Amendment in the wrong direction. It's very clear that Mr. Chipman would have no problem doing that, as stated in his comments and responses when asked would he ban so-called assault rifles. He said he would. Owning a quote-unquote assault rifle may not be your thing, but just because it's not your thing doesn't mean that we're at a point in our country where what we need to do is start telling our citizens that they can do less in terms of exercising the Second Amendment as opposed to more. I will strongly encourage everyone to reach out to their senator and make their points known that David Chipman would not be a positive answer to run the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. In fact, a good parallel would be, what if we appointed somebody who is a strong gun advocate and, say, had lobbied on behalf of the NRA to that position? Do you think that the so-called left would be sitting still for that? I don't. Just because David Chipman has said, hey, he doesn't write the law, he'll just enforce the law as it's written. The director of the ATF has a lot of power in terms of where the focus is, how opinions are rendered, and what gets enforced. Perfect case in point is the whole pistol brace thing, which has simply been legal and then illegal, and then legal again and illegal in terms of shouldering it based on the opinion of a person at the ATF. Well, what do you think happens if you put an activist anti-gunner in charge of that organization? Quite frankly, I'm much more worried about Republicans working against us on the appointment of David Chipman at the Senate level than I am Democrats. We know what Democrats are going to do. There's always a couple outliers, people like Joe Manchin from states that really are more conservative than they are Democrat. Outside of a couple outliers, I'm more concerned about the Republicans are going to do. So don't just believe that your Republican senator is going to vote the right way on this. They need to hear from you, and there's a number of ways to do it. Suggest you do that, suggest you make your voice heard. We can't just sit back and watch our rights erode and watch cabinet positions become occupied by people that are clearly activists, and they're going to work against the Constitution.
Check the description section of this video for a direct link to the legislator lookup portion. You can find out who your senator is from the GOA website. For more on this and other stories, please like and subscribe. Gun News in 5 minutes or less.